Okay, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Back at it again with another episode of Beer Talks. Here, very committed early morning. Well, it's not really that early. It's early for us to be drinking.
Super early for us.
But that is
You
just how
sound
we
like
are.
it's 6 o'clock in the morning, Abby. Well, it's not that early.
No, it's we're literally cracking noon, basically. Which I mean, still pretty early, I think, for drinking for some people.
Yes.
In any
It's
case, Stanley and Adeline are with me again today. Why don't you say hi? We'll change it up. Stan, you can go first.
Hello, how are you?
Nice. See? We're just all about unpredictability today. Adelaide, why don't you say hi?
Hi.
Nice. Today, we will be talking about. It's kind of in tandem with our previous episode of goals, and it's all about the motivations and how we get there and or lack thereof in our case. But before we get started, our beer of the day is Moosehead, estimated 1867 Canadian lager, Union made. It's the green can, by the way, because there's I know Moosehead has a bunch of different types of beer. So that's what
Shall
we're
we?
having. Yes, we shall.
Right.
I haven't had Moosehead in a long time. Moosehead was the go-to in the younger days, in the earlier days of drinking beer.
Let's see
So,
the pour, John.
Today will be a nice reacquaintance.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. It is so bright. It's like highlighter yellow.
Highlighter. Well, might be my lighting.
Maybe not that neon.
I know. I don't, it doesn't glow in the dark.
Maybe it was the lighting. It looks shimmery to me.
It smells nice though. It's very aromatic.
Mm.
One of the
You're
more
right.
aromatic beers.
All right,
Cheers.
guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think this is what I think of when I think beer.
Oh, tears in my eye.
Uh,
This actually is really reminiscent of a Filipino beer that we have, that we drink, that I don't like because it's like very watered down. But this is very flavor. I'm not saying this one's watered down, but this one's like very flavorful.
it's light, but it's got a lot of flavor.
Yeah. Which is nice actually.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds me of a lighter Canadian.
Yes, I do agree
know?
with that.
Doesn't it kind of, since we've had like, I don't know, 11 beers at this point under our belts. Do you guys even remember the flavor profiles of our
So
previous
I don't remember the Canadian specifically, but I do remember kind of like when I had my first sip, what each beer reminds me of. This also reminds me of apple juice.
Wow.
Just like a lighter apple juice. It's not the same as like the steam whistle that we had last time. Or whenever the episodes are gonna be released. Spoilers if it hasn't been already. We had steam whistle at some point. But this also reminds me of kind of like not watered down apple juice, but like lighter apple juice.
Right. You say that, well, apple juice isn't really citrusy. So,
I don't
because
know.
I remember in steam whistle, I got the pain under the jaw thing.
Yeah.
This one, not so much.
A little bit. It's like more well-rounded, I feel.
Yeah.
This tastes kind of like lightly sweetened apple juice. Does that
Right,
make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say sweeter, not sweeter, but like less sweet apple juice.
Like,
Right.
30% sugar if we were at a bubble tea shop.
Exactly. So like maybe like different varieties of apple. But anyway, obviously beer's not made from apples.
No, that would be an apple cider.
Yeah.
Which maybe Moosehead also runs. Anyway, Addy, you were gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when I first smelled the aromatics, it was very malty to me. Like it was very strong. Of all the beers that we've had and I guess sniffed, this one to me, like the first hit was malt versus a lot of the other beers was kind of like, oh, after you taste it, you kind of, the malt kind of sets in. But this one was like immediately was like malt.
I like this. I like the smell of this one. We also had a beer previously that was also very aromatic, like opening the can. I don't remember quite which one it was. I want to say
Sapporo?
No. I want to say it's the delirium tremens.
Delirium smelled really good.
It was like star anise. Remember? It was
Yes,
like
I remember that.
licorice kind of smell.
Yeah.
Or am I getting things crossed? I don't know.
No,
I'm
that was
sure.
definitely on bar. But yeah, this is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's called Moosehead. When I was taking my first sip, I'm like, let's, paint me a picture. So I closed my eyes and took my first sip. And I just imagined walking down a road with trees on both sides and then a moose walking.
Moose coming down?
in front of me. Yeah.
I don't think that's the picture it's supposed to paint. I think it's more
don't
of
think
like,
so.
you see you're kind of like in the middle of a nowhere cottage, and there's like a lake by the lakeside.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was on that track, but more like Cabin in the Woods, where like I'm stuck in the cabin in, the middle of nowhere, and I
Nah.
had to walk to get help for my friends who's getting
Right.
murdered by ghosts and monsters.
Wow.
So, and then a huge moose 10 times my size just happens to pop out of the forest. Yeah.
Well, there goes
That's
our
what I saw.
Moosehead sponsorship.
But if you still decide to sponsor us, please.
We apologize in advance. We're still
Yes.
me and Stanley are very much open into sponsorship. Adeline,
Yeah.
we will just
What?
veto her. I'll just edit her out at the episode.
Get rid of me just for the sponsorship.
Right. In any case, moving forward, today's topic, like I said before, is all about motivations and the thing that I guess gets us up in the morning, gets us out of our bed in the morning, more specifically. Addie, why don't you hit us up with
what
we're gonna talk about? Yeah.
11 a.m.s are not good times for us, I'm telling you.
Dang, you
Sorry.
drunk already, bro?
No. I just lost my train of thought there. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So I thought I'd start with, looking at the definition of motivation. Because in my mind, sometimes I mix up motivation and, setting goals. So motivation is the process that initiates, guides, or maintains your goal-oriented behaviors. So it's slightly different than setting goals. It's what kind of pushes you towards a goal. So it's something that should, make you want to act. It's something, whether it's, getting a glass of water to, quench your thirst, or reading a book to get knowledge. And motivation can involve, your biological, emotional, social, or cognitive forces that activate behavior.
Dang, okay.
Yeah. And there's kind of two, I guess, big categories of motivation. So there's extrinsic, so things on the outside, you win awards, you get trophies, you get praise. And then there's stuff that's intrinsic, like how you feel on the inside. What's on the inside pushing you to do something and pushing you to act. So essentially, I want to ask you guys, what is your motivation? John, why don't you go first?
Dang, I was gonna say, take it away, Stanley.
I saw you and I'm like, no, you're going first.
Same. I got you, Stan. I got you.
Motivation for, well, I guess we don't have to be specific about what I'm motivated for to do in certain angles in life, but just in general, I'm very much because I think kind of compartmentalizing what I'm motivated about, whether it be in different kinds of goals and stuff, right? And trying to kind of create a support to the goal that I'm trying to reach. Like, for example, I don't know, like health stuff. My motivation for that is that I just need to stop being fat. That's honestly what my motivation is. Not even like it's not even like, oh, I definitely want to have like washboard abs. I was gonna say dashboard abs. Washboard abs.
Where you have like a speedometer in the middle.
Is it digital?
Yeah.
Your check engine light comes on.
Yeah. Washboard abs. And I try to keep my motivations very simple. Although, truth be told, which I won't disclose in this episode, there's very much more not really malicious motivation behind some of the things that I'm Addie's laughing because she kind of knows what I'm talking about. But
malicious is not the right word. I think it's what's that word again? Pettiness?
Is it pettiness?
I mean,
Okay.
kind of.
Well, I think the term is called like revenge bod. I don't know if you've heard of that term, Stan.
Wait, what are we talking about? I feel like it's blacked out for like 10 seconds. And I don't know where we are.
Now you need
Are
to
we still talking
explain.
about
No,
motivation?
Motivation, like my motivation for like being healthy or like losing weight is my friend coined it, another friend of mine, she coined it revenge bod,
Okay.
which is like you want to be fit so that you look good, so that when this person that you're having a revenge on sees you,
Oh, you stick it to them and be like, look how good I
exactly,
look.
you're like, exactly, look what you missed out on, you know. That's right. Like that's kind of what I'm by the way, 100% unscripted, all true. What I'm
Wait,
saying.
wait. Are we on line 18, page 2 now?
Yeah.
Wait, Stan, you missed it. It said Q stands laughter.
But yeah, like I can kind of keep it simple like that. But like in a more broad stroke of like motivations and stuff and what drives me. Honestly, I'd be lying if I say that I have a consistent, go get it attitude. Like, yeah, let's get in there. Let's conquer the day. Woo, another day. Like I'm sure you both can also relate, where we just wake up and we're just having this big fucking like fuck.
Oh, it's like, can I
Right?
not get up?
Yeah. And we're kind of just like dragging on autopilot, and everything kind of just sucks. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to that when we talk about it. But yeah, in a more broader stroke, just my motivation for just doing well and keeping myself kind of put together is the fact that things could be worse. And
Well, I also think that you have like motivation. It's like based on our conversations before, right? You also have motivation to like kind of really present yourself in such a specific light that you want your niece to look up to you in that light, to say that like, hey, like look at my what did she call you, Tito?
Yeah, Tito.
Yeah, like look at my Tito, like I want to be like that, or like I'm proud of my Tito, right? And I think like you intrinsically also take that very seriously, and so that's like an external motivating factor for you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's I didn't want to get into that so much because I feel like I've been talking about my family too much, but yeah, they're a very strong motivational factor for me as well.
Yeah, and like
making my niece proud.
I think that's okay, and because like I think family values is something that's important to yourself, right?
Very much so.
Yeah. So
that being said, Stanley, what about you?
what motivates? Honestly, this is like a weird time for me to talk about this, not because I'm kind of like going through something or whatever. I just feel like because of the pandemic and because I worked from home every day, and again, not complaining, I'm very privileged to be in the position that I'm in to be able to complain about this, but
Right.
I feel like working from home is like a really big transition for me, and I just don't have it in me to wake up every day to, I don't know, like just do good work and I feel good about it, because I miss the interaction with people. Like before the pandemic, it's like, it's like the downtown Toronto life, right? Like you wake up at 6, you get to the subway at like 6 whatever, like you take like a 5-minute breakfast on the way, and you buy like 10 coffees through the day, and you get home at like 8 p.m. and then you do this rinse and repeat, and you're like, wow, like I'm like getting a lot of things done. But now it's like, now I have to kind of figure out, because it was so routine before, I didn't have to think about like what drives me forward, like what hobby do I enjoy and what can I do to kind of keep moving forward, right? But now with more free time available, I'm starting to realize like I think my life is very not boring but like stagnant, and I want to be able to kind of like do something better. And so that leads me to what motivates me is not like an extension from last week's goals, right? It's not something that like, oh, like I'll achieve something and then it's done, but I want to be able to sustain a lifestyle that in my head I see as successful.
Right.
So like if I'm able to, like wake up and like move around and be pain free, that's like something, that's like a state I aspire to be in, right? But
sorry, I don't mean to impose, but I don't think it's fair for you to say, because stagnant to me has a negative connotation to it, and maybe it does for you, but I think the position and the routine that you have is more accurate to predictable.
Right,
right?
right. And you
And
know what? Predictable is not a bad thing for me.
right, exactly. Which I
Right.
think is not a nicer word, but I think is a more accurate word to use rather than stagnant.
Right. Maybe what I'm looking for is something that kind of like gets me excited, right? Like I don't really have anything that kind of goes like, for example, I know people around me, they're like they're so into a specific hobby that like they can literally spend hours doing something, and it makes them
Right.
happy. You can see that like it physically gives them like the endorphins in their head.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, wow, this is great, but like I don't think I currently have that, just because I used to be able to get a lot of this enjoyment from socializing with people, or like going to the gym, or going for a walk, or going for a run, or whatever. But now a lot of that is unaccessible to me, unfortunately. So I'm trying to figure out like what else I can do, and I think that drives motivation a lot in terms of like being able to set goals in your life that you can achieve, and being able to kind of saying, hey, now that I've achieved a goal, or now that I've achieved a, for example, state of lifestyle that I want, I'm going to keep going, right? Because
Yeah.
without that motivating factor, without that, I think like mentality of like, hey, like this is great, let me keep going, you tend to either fall short, or you achieve that goal and you stop. And I feel like that's kind of like the vicious cycle of like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get there, so I'm gonna like fall further behind in my goals, and then it's kind of just like you go lower and lower down that spiral, and then eventually you're just like, I don't want to move today.
It's a negative feedback loop, right?
Yeah. So I feel like I'm like trending towards that downward spiral. And so it's an interesting time to talk about this, is because I don't know what I need to do to like stop myself from going into the spiral. But like I definitely, because I've been through this type of stuff enough times that like I recognize I'm going through this pattern. So I'm like very actively trying to like fix this.
I think the word is jaded.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
Where
Yes.
it's very much, well, I'm just the Webster's dictionary today. It's very much like it's kind of sad. And also I very much admit that this is a very much a first world problem kind of
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
And we're very privileged to have this issue where we're just kind of, not a lot of things can we find exciting. And it's not the fact that we don't want to, it's just that
it's the human condition, I think.
Right, we've done it before, we've been there before, and we're like, yeah, no, nothing really that cool. But before this episode gets too depressing, Addie, what about you? What gets you motivated?
Yeah, is it too basic of me if I say money is a big motivator?
I mean, I think
not at all.
world runs on it, so I mean, I don't think it's that basic.
Yeah, like I think if I look at everything, when people are like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness, and I'm like, oh, hell does it buy happiness.
I hate
do
that
it
saying, by the way.
Yeah, I hate when people say that, like, oh, you need to do something to make you happy. Money doesn't buy happiness. And I'm like, if that is how you feel, you can give me all your money. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly the response I say to all these people.
Yeah.
I saw well,
Yeah.
money doesn't buy you happiness. Yeah, sure, as hell it doesn't, but it sure makes my life less sad.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Like-
So like for me, yeah, money is a big motivator, and it's not even because I want to buy nice things. I just want to buy basic things, guys. I want to eat decent food. I want to have a nice place to live in. I want to take care of my parents. Like, it's not even like I want money because I want like this new LV bag or like this new Chanel bag. Like, it's not like that. Like,
Are you sure?
I want...
I've been to your house. I've seen a bunch of those purses.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Hey, yo, knockoffs don't count.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Right.
JK. I don't follow it. I don't know it, so I don't know these things. Like,
Right.
but yeah, like money is a huge motivator for me. So that's like a very extrinsic, I guess, motivator for me. And then just internally trying, I don't know, like I don't really know. It's hard for me every day to kind of wake up and be motivated, quite honestly. I found it harder and harder. Like, it's funny because I have goals in mind, things that I want to achieve, but it's actually really hard to feel motivated to do it. So like, I remember, oh gosh, I don't even remember where I read it. Like, maybe Instagram, maybe on TikTok, but someone said like, so because sometimes I feel like I'm not motivated, I feel really lazy, I feel like I'm procrastinating, and someone had said, it's not that you're lazy or it's not that you're procrastinating, it's that you want so many things, you don't know where to start. So that's why you can't find your motivation. And I feel like I'm in that pit right now.
Can I propose an alternative? So recently I've been reading a lot, and so this is like a book that I go back, and it's not like oh, this is such a great read or whatever, but I feel like this actually just gave me this gives me like a little bit of insight into kind of like my current perspective. This is the Everything is Fucked book, or like how to I forgot what the book is called, but like something about like everything is fucked up. Oh, the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Of course.
Anyway,
Oh
it's a
my
great
gosh.
book. If you haven't read it yet, like go read it. Don't take it, word for word, but I think it just provides a different perspective, right?
Right.
In it, it talks about how you like everything in everyone's everyday life is a problem, right? Happy people doesn't mean that they don't have problems. Like if millionaires have problems, just like people with like in poverty have problems. It's just you get to choose which problems you want to deal with, right? Because you care about certain problems. And so unmotivation or unhappiness comes from the inability to be able to choose the problem you deal with, because you deal with problems you don't care about. But when you do deal with problems that you do care about or like want to see the outcome of, then you become motivated to solve those problems. And as you solve each problem, new problem comes out. Right. So for example, like your first problem is, oh, I don't have a car and I want to get to places. So my problem right now is I don't have enough money, so I earn a bunch of money to buy a car. The second you solve this problem by earning enough money to buy a car, then your new problem is maintaining the car and having enough money to like drive or like avoid road accidents and all of that stuff, right? Solving one problem leads to another problem, but it's just you eventually get to a state where you're choosing the problems that you want to solve, right? And so I think that kind of maybe applies to at your state where like maybe right now you just have a lot of problems on your plate right now that you just like honestly I don't care, right? It's like like I wish these problems can go away and I can work on problems that I care about.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely what it is. Like work is super stressful, and while I love most of my clients, I don't care about them the way that I do like my loved ones. So sometimes when they blast me 14 emails in a day to complain about something, right? It's just like, I care enough because you're paying me to care.
Right.
And I'm trying to solve your problem for you. But if I was honest, I don't want to. So like,
Right. I mean,
that's where I'm kind of like, I'm kind of stuck between like, I have goals, there are things I want to do, but it's so like I tend to lose motivation to deal with it. Like I just don't want to act on it. Like my behavior is just like not being pushed forward. I'm not motivated. And yeah, it's kind of hard.
What I find the most amusing about the conversation that we're having right now is to me, if somebody opens up like, oh, today we're gonna talk about motivation. It's like, I feel like it would be like, yeah, great, woo, everybody, let's go get them, like all that stuff. But ironically, we're all just like,
but that's the reality of things. Okay, maybe let's shift our like mentality a little bit, and then talk about like, okay, when you're in this state, because I feel like all three of us were okay. Maybe you're not, John, because I feel like you're actually still like motivated to do some stuff, right?
No. I'm on the boat. I just laugh because I find it really amusing that
this is the tone of our conversation,
right? And like we're really, it just goes to show that we're really not scripting anything, and we're trying to be as sincere as possible.
No, this is us being very like, this is me being like, my life is like very first world problem right now.
And at the same time too, and I'm like, isn't this like kind of like a generational woe?
Where it is, absolutely is.
Where it's just like, being millennial, just everything just sucks kind of thing.
There's like a song, right? It's like everything sucks.
Yeah,
just kidding.
We're just so jaded, and we're just so like pinched between being realistic and being a dreamer. And just finding motivations to solve our problems that when we try to do, another one comes up and then we get bashed and they're like, you guys aren't doing enough kind of thing,
Okay.
Anyway,
we're shifting gears to like what we can do to become to be motivated. So because I know at least with all of us, like, we can't just like sit in bed all day, right? So I wanted to ask maybe you guys like what you guys do to try to get some of that motivation at least like throughout your work day to kind of keep going, right? Because obviously you can't like not work for just a day or two because you feel like it, right? Because people are still paying you to get stuff done.
Right.
So for me, at least, now it's like, with emails I don't want to respond to work that I don't want to do, I literally just put it on a list. And I am not even joking you. Before I start tackling that list, I drink like a shot of double espresso. I sit down on my desk and I'm like, okay, in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to knock out as many things I can do on this list as possible, humanly possible, 20 minutes. And at the 20-minute mark, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go water my plants. Right, I'm gonna come back after 10 minutes and try to do this again. Right, and then so once I start, like, once I get into the groove of like checking things off, then I feel like, okay, I'm like getting stuff done. And as I get to the bottom of my to-do list, I feel pretty good about myself. So then I'm like, okay, I'm actually getting things done. And these things are like very small things, like respond to add a line on what the episode title is going to be called, like as an example. Right. Right, like this is like super simple, but I'm just like, I don't want to think about the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Nothing too drastic. Right?
So completing mini tasks kind of motivates you to, I guess, tackle the next bigger thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, a little bit. And then eventually you're like, oh, okay, I'm actually like halfway through finishing this giant task. Okay, I can do this, right? Like,
just to go off on a bit of a tangent, I remember reading somewhere that if you're not a reader or like you have difficulty reading, but you've always been curious about books and wanting to read books, but you're like a slow reader and you kind of lose focus when you're reading, when you're just reading something and then you're reading the words, but then you're thinking about something else. So then you go back to the paragraph and you're like, wait, what the did I just read? So the trick apparently is to find like a small treat. Like in this example, it was like gummy bears, and they would put a gummy bear on each page, and when they finish the page, they eat the gummy bear, and then they go to the next page. And then they eat that, and then they flip, and then they do the same thing. Now, for the record, if you love the gummy bears, you'll probably end up obese or have diabetes. But, I digress. Anyway, Addie, I guess that's your cue.
Yeah.
Wait, gummy bears?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go off on that one.
As the person that is not sweet at all, I have zero sweet tooth. Basically, be like, that totally cue Addie.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears. Yeah, I think I'm very similar to you, Stan. Like, my way of like, I guess, finding motivation or building motivation is like, I make a list of everything I need to do. And then I kind of like number it based on difficulty. And I go from easiest to most difficult. And then like the easiest things I kind of do first. It's like same thing. Like I get into a groove and then it's like, okay, I can do this. And then I guess it's that little bit of intrinsic like satisfaction of like, oh, completing a task motivates me to keep going. My problem is, which maybe you can give me, like both of you can give me advice on, is when I'm just right under the big task, I'm like, okay, that's it, bye.
Nope.
When that happens, like I know exactly what you mean because I do that. This is why I give myself a time limit, right? Like if I get within my time limit, I have to do it. It doesn't matter, right? Like I just have to, right? So then this way you don't really give yourself an excuse to be like, okay, I'm getting to the big task, I'm taking a break, and then all of a sudden all that is lost.
So like you force yourself within that time frame. You're gonna do it, and that's it.
And then like at the end of that time frame, even if I'm still very far away, or like that's literally the immediately coming up next, doesn't matter. At the end of the 20 or 30, or however long you set for yourself, you just walk away. You're like, okay, I'm done for a little bit, and I'm gonna come back later.
That's a pretty cool approach.
Okay, actually that might work. I should try that.
Yeah, because then like even if you get to the big task at like, I don't know, 15-minute mark or what, because you have to set rules for yourself that you feel comfortable following, right? Like let's just say that you're like halfway through a task and you're 20 minutes up. Are you okay with giving up that task halfway and start over, or do you want to just finish it and then take a break then? Whatever you set for yourself, right? But the thing is like, well, you're not really like, especially Addie, for yourself, like you're not really answering to anybody else. You're answering to you.
Which
So,
I think could be worse. I think because there's no strict like, oh shoot, my boss is gonna really scold me for this one, or my manager or whatever. Right?
And this is part of being an adult, right? Like you have to like set boundaries for yourself, and you have to follow it because no one else is gonna make you follow your boundaries.
Exactly.
And
That makes
then the
sense.
other thing that I find works is kind of having, so I don't have this, and I think I'm really struggling because of it, but like having a specific desk or space, or even just like you sit in a specific chair, even if it's at
Yeah.
the same desk, you sit in a chair and that's your work chair.
Yeah, I heard
Mm.
about that too.
Yeah, it's almost like a Pavlovian response where like after you sit down in that one spot, you're like, okay, my mind is work.
Right.
But
It's like a
right
space
now,
kind of thing, yeah.
yeah, but right now, like my workspace is also my personal space and also my game space, which is terrible.
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually just like that. Like on the days where I know, like for example, if I have a statement of claim that I have to punch out this week, I will go to the office every day of that week to get it done. I cannot work at home because it's just, I can't, I'm not focused. And then B, there's something about being in an office that
Yeah.
makes me motivated because like, when I'm in the office, it's like there are other people around. So if people walk by and they see me watching a YouTube video, I'm a little embarrassed.
Slacking, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm slacking. So then that motivates me to keep working.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Mind you, I haven't been in an office environment in a
Mm.
while. But for me, if I know I have a long day of like, I don't know, like a couple
Editing or
of editing, a
whatever.
couple of interviews or whatever, like I start the day off running,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like,
Mm.
sweet. You see, you could do it. You know, like you did something, you accomplished something.
So your
Excellent.
approach is you psych yourself up and be
Exactly.
like, okay, yeah, I can do it.
Exactly. You
Nice.
see, you managed to do it. You managed to run 2 miles today nonstop, and you know, like, look at that. And
If you can do that, you can do anything.
that's right. You could do whatever you want. And then I'd get home and I'd be like gasping for air and stuff. And this is my like consciousness, like literally me talking inside my head. And then I would legit just say, "That's right," like in the kitchen while I'm like
You narrate your life.
Yeah, bro. I'm like
You
taking out
give
my
yourself
headphones.
an upwards nod in the mirror. Yeah.
I did. Taking out my headphones, like putting on water in the kettle and like turning it on because then I'm making tea and stuff. And then after the tea, or sorry, you get your protein drink because you don't want to die, with your legs and stuff. And then you have your tea, and then you sit down at the computer and you're like, okay, just turn off the other monitor, no distractions, do this for 1 hour. I think I'll try doing your 20-minute break stuff, Stan. Because it does kind of it becomes unhealthy for me to be like, when I get really frustrated and I'm like, no, I have to do it, I have to finish it, and and I'm like, I don't want to, but then my brain's like, you have to.
Yeah.
And it's a constant battle between me and my consciousness, and it's painful, but that's kind of how I've been pushing through this stuff.
Yeah. No, I think the break is probably a good idea. I literally set an alarm for myself, like 20-minute alarm, and then when the alarm beeps, I get up, I drink some water, I go for like a quick walk down, like up and down my stairs. Right? It's not like you are taking like an hour break after 20 minutes of work, but it's like
Right.
it's like just a small like
A change of pace, change
in
of scenery.
between.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then when you come back, you're like, oh, actually, I noticed mistakes I've made before. Oh shoot, you know.
Right. But yeah, I mean,
makes sense.
that's kind of what I cycle through. Small increments of achievements that I had a small motivation for this small achievement, and then you kind of just snowball into let's just kind of get the ball rolling in that one.
I find that like from us talking about this, I find that John, you have a very strong mind because there's
God.
no, it's true. Like between you setting goals for yourself and how you motivate yourself, you're very internal. Like it's a very intrinsic for you, and your mind is very strong because literally, like you said, your consciousness will like whip you into shape, so to speak. And I personally, that's something I can't do. Like my mind always just wants to sit at the couch, eat chips, and watch TV.
Same.
I don't know where it came from. When I was looking up like running tips and stuff, one of the things that they do when you're about to give up and on your like running and you're like legit, no, I'm just gonna walk now. You tell yourself, no, just reach that next corner, where you're gonna turn. And then when you reach the corner, you're like, just kidding. Reach the next stop sign. You already made it to this corner. Reach the stop sign.
get that mentality, and definitely works for some people, but for me I can't, because this is like the same thing as like, so I used to, so when I had my first back injury, so this is like however many into, I went to a personal trainer just so I can get back into like, hey, like properly lifting or whatever. The one thing I needed to tell my trainer to stop doing was, he'll tell me to do like a set of 15, and then when I do 15 and I count, because I'm like, I'm not doing any more than I need to, because
That's
I'm
right.
dying,
Yeah.
But then when he gets to 15, he's like, hey, you did 15, give me 2 more. I'm like,
Two
no,
more.
man.
That's right. Yeah.
This is like a trust thing. I need to be able to trust that I can stop at 15. Like, if you tell me to do 20, I'll complain, but I'll do it.
Right.
I will complain the entire way of doing it, but I will do it because you told me to. But at 20, because I've given it my all, I literally don't have gas left for 21 and 22.
Yeah, I guess I'm a chronic liar to myself.
Yeah.
Addy will know, because we have the same trainer at one point in our lives, and he does this constantly. And I literally needed to tell him, I'm like, dude, when you said give me 15, like, I am already dying, but because you're my trainer, I will give you the
15
up to like 100% of me. Like, I'm not like holding back, you know. And then at the 15, or when I'm about to drop those weights, and you're like 2 more, bro, like I'm done. Like, I'm like gassed.
Yes. You and I are very similar in that sense. I feel the same way, and that's how I am with everything in my life too. And I don't know if it's like an occupational hazard. I will follow instructions literally to the T. To the T. So same thing when I tell my trainer that when he gives me like a workout session, I will not do a minute, a rep, a set more than what he has given me.
Really?
Oh, 100%. But at the same time, when he says, yeah, you can have a cheat meal tomorrow, do not regret that you said that. I will, when you say a cheat meal, I'm going to have sushi, pizza, fried chicken with beer in one meal.
For people who think she's kidding, she's not. We've seen her eat on multiple occasions, and like, this is a one meal.
Bottomless pit over here.
Yeah, we've like, you literally have come over to my place, and we've literally had the exact same thing you've described. I'm not even kidding you, with spring rolls, and you devour. Like, we were like, oh, this is too much food. It's okay. I have like boxes to pack over, like whatever. Like, over the course of 2-3 hours, we're like chatting, and like all of a sudden the food's gone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Gone.
Like, John cooked for us last time, and was it the whole pot that you cooked? I don't even know how much was in there. The pasta.
He's like, oh, this is too much for like us, and I'll probably have leftovers for about a week and a half.
Basically,
no leftovers.
Yeah, all gone. Yeah, so like I am definitely that person, because I guess in my head, completing the task is my motivation. I like symmetry. Yeah, I like check boxes. I like symmetry. I like completing things. So if you give me something to do and there's like an end goal, I can be motivated up to and including the end goal, but not beyond.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So the thing that works for me the most is that when those extra things that you go over kind of is the part that you gains the most for me. You know what I mean? So that little bit of like, oh, I need to, so I'm like, okay, I'm turning the corner, I did my lap, and I'm like, but wait, how about if we try to reach the next tree, and then I get to that tree and I'm like, okay, then if I really like, I'm gasping and I could be like, okay, we pushed it already, but if I know that it's like a master of my own body kind of thing, like my mind is master of my own body, like I can go, okay, we reached the tree, like halfway through, like to the next corner, like let's just try to get there. We don't have to, like, this is me constantly telling myself, having this conversation in my head of like, let's just get to that corner, before we make the turn, just halfway through. If we don't make it, it's fine, we've already pushed through. Like, slowly but surely I can, like it incrementally increases where I can end. And for me, when I get there, it elevates the achievement even more, which then motivates me even more the next time around, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, I just ran 2 laps straight without resting, when before I could barely run half.
Yeah.
With my mentality of let's just push it, 3/4 of the way, and so on and so forth, kind of thing.
You know what? I understand that, and I think I totally appreciate that mentality because I definitely know a lot of people in my life that think that way, right? And it's worked for them.
Right.
But I think on the other side of the same coin, where for me it's like, okay, if let's just say I know I have it in me to reach that second tree. Right? Then that's where my goal is gonna be, and then when I get to that second tree, that's it, because I'm gassed. Even if I'm dying before,
Right.
I'll be like, that's my goal. I'm getting there.
Right.
Same thing with work. It's like, okay, if I have for example, a $1 million goal for whatever, right, for sales, for cost reduction, whatever, I'm getting to that $1 million, and I'm gonna rack my brain because I know it's possible.
Right.
But let's just say that I set my goal for $500,000 or even $20 or whatever, right? I just know that I'm not giving in my all. So even if I achieve my goal, I don't feel good about it, because I'm I feel like I half-assed it and I still got there.
Right.
Right. And then it's not an achievement for me because I feel like I know I could have gotten more, but that's just, and then but once I achieve my goal, in my head, and I know this is a bad thing to think, but in my head I'm like, why do I have to put in more effort? Because it's true. I think who was it that said that if you want to get a job done and done well and fast, find a lazy person to do it, because they will think of the shortest way to get it done with the least amount of effort. That's me. I'm like Addy. I just want to lay on the couch all day if I can. So then
work smart, not hard, right?
Yeah. So whenever I do something, I'm just I don't want to do this. What is the fastest way of getting this done? Right? I joke with my mom all the time when I was a kid. The only reason I clean my room is not because I like to be clean, but it's because I don't want to get nagged. I feel like that defines my entire life.
I don't disagree that it can be not only physically dangerous to push yourself and kind of risk injury when you're doing that stuff. So there's definitely negatives to it. So you kind of always have to know find a balance between risking injury versus whether that be like mentally or physically, and kind of really identify, okay, we've done enough. If I kind of make a wrong foot, like if I kind of land funny on my foot, right, when I'm this exhausted, like I don't know, you don't pick up your knee high enough, and then you end up tripping, like that's even worse, right? Or like when it comes to work, and you just end up you're like no, I gotta finish, let me just push it a little bit more, and you end up burning out, and then you just kind of want to call it quits. Like there's definitely a very negative result to that, and for me, knowing myself pretty well, I can identify where it's like, okay, you're kind of gone too far, and we should kind of kick it back. But I guess that's where kind of my motivation pushes me further.
Yeah.
Where it's like, but no, you gotta get that revenge bonds. Remember that lady that one time? You're like,
one time.
Yeah, you're gonna see her again at this certain point in time, and then when she sees you and she's like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight, and I'm like, damn right, I lost a lot of weight.
You know what? I know someone like that actually, and then their entire thing is like after a breakup, they have to win. And I'm like,
yo,
win at
for real.
what? Yeah, I'm like, my question is, what are you winning at? He's like, I don't care.
Doesn't
I just have
matter.
to win.
That's right.
Yeah.
The next time I see this person, I better be better than this other
Better
person.
be winning.
And I'm like,
That's
what?
right. That's
Yo,
right.
And like, it's worked for them. It's worked for them. They are now very successful, living the life that they want. And I'm like, whoa, like, I don't know if this is healthy, but good for you.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. That's kind of. I mean, I wasn't coming out of a breakup, but like the motivation was strong for me on that one. Where I'm like, you know what? Let's just get there.
You just want to stick it to this other person.
That's right. Well, see, I don't. But at the same time, if it does, doesn't hurt me.
Listen. Here's the scenario. If you know for a fact that you never see this other person ever again, not through social media, you can never check up on this other person, and they can never check up on you, right? Like they've just like gone into a separate dimension, right? That's it. Do you still have the same mentality of like, you know what? No matter where she is, or no matter where this other person is, like I'm going to be better than them, even if I cannot compare at one point in time. Would you still do it?
It wouldn't be at the same level. I think I would end up
is lessened,
right, but I think I would end up channeling what was left over to something else to be like, oh, but I had a date with this one lady and she said this and that or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well,
And just
redemption, yeah.
exactly,
Okay,
and just
okay.
kind of
Like
channel that somewhere.
if your new date was like, wow, you're actually really fit, and you're like,
Right.
oh yeah, redemption.
That's right,
Okay.
exactly. And you're like,
Mm.
that's see
Wait,
that
so does
other
that mean
tree.
so your motivation is technically still internal then? Like it's all in your head.
Basically, I'm basically a crazy man.
Canadian psycho.
Ronaldo, sorry,
Canadians.
one of our Ray, yeah, he was one of the teachers,
You
right?
gotta really edit that out.
Yeah.
So Mr. Beep.
Ray was Ray. He was telling his wife how, because his wife was asking him how can John be at a place like where we're all eating and stuff, and he's just legit not eating. Like, how can he stop
Hmm.
himself from like just looking at people eating when like he could just have a bite, like it's not gonna hurt his diet or whatever, like have like
Mhm.
not even a bowl but legit like a couple of spoonfuls just to try out the food and stuff. How can you do it? And Ray's like, John has a very strong mentality, but he said that not as a compliment. But
But as
that's
a
like
fact.
exactly, but
Basically
like
said John's a psychopath.
basically where it's like there's some toxicity in that comment that he said there.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, you're not wrong that I will sit I will stand on this hill whether it kills me or not. Like, if you
Yeah.
can hear my stomach grumbling, but I have decided that I'm not gonna eat for the rest of the day, like I will die on that hill. I will Gandhi
Oh
myself
my goodness.
He
into
definitely will.
bro to
Yeah.
make that point, and
Yeah.
not to prove anybody wrong, but to prove my consciousness to be like like fuck
You know-
yeah, I did it, dude. Like, that's my thing.
that's so funny because I feel like Addie said, your motivation is very intrinsically
Mhm.
driven, right?
Yeah,
and
man.
and Adeline, listen, I know you and I can say this right now, we're the same person because we are very externally driven people. You know
Yes.
why? Because I know for a fact that both of us are competitive as hell.
Oh yeah.
If we have a competition to do a certain thing, you better believe. You
Mm.
better believe that, like, if we're like keeping,
Yes.
like, let's just say we have like a Fitbit step challenge, right?
Oh,
And then the
yeah.
goal is 10,000, and we know at 10,000, like, if the challenge is okay, let's just see who can maintain this the longest. I will hit 10,000 every day and stop. Okay, but if our goal was who can have the most step at the end of the week, you better believe I'm on that treadmill at 11:59 on the last day, because this has happened before. This has happened before where I'm on the treadmill at like 11:59 and I am going and I'm like, the last couple minutes is gonna count. I'll be damned if I lose by 10 steps.
Right.
100%.
I know.
Yeah, my competitiveness is a huge motivator. Like I for example, like I really like playing badminton, and with some of my friends, I have this very terrible habit where if I'm playing with people that their level is around my level or lower, I have zero motivation to play well. Yeah, like,
But
Yeah.
but if I'm playing with people that are above my skill level, I'm like motivated to prove them wrong that I'm
Addie goes like Super Saiyan, like yellow
Yeah.
aura start glowing around her. She
Yeah.
bankais and then her like swords come out.
like
Flower
aiming for
petal
the
starts
birdie.
dropping.
Oh, 100%. Literally, people are like, "Hey, that's not how you played when you played with so and so. Why are you playing so well now?" And I'm like, "I'm motivated. I want to kick his ass."
Ah.
Like my competitiveness just kicks in. Cuz like when you're playing with people that are not at a very competitive level, we're all just having fun, right? It's just a rally. We're not counting points. The moment we count points though, y'all be ready. I'm in my stance. I'm like in a squat, like my racket's up the entire time. I'm
The
rushing the
moment when,
net.
yeah, the moment when winning and losing matters, not to
Mhm.
anybody else, but to
But to
you.
yourself, yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
get
Me
it.
too.
I get
Yeah.
Me too.
100%.
So anyway, I know we're kind of towards the ending of our episode and not wanting to go on about this forever. I think I wanted to wrap up quickly in terms of, I think what I realized through talking to the both of you is, like, I think motivation really comes from really knowing yourself
Right.
and understanding what works, right? Like, are you internally motivated? Are you externally motivated? And like, what type of motivation kind of gets you to your next goal that you've set?
Right.
And so what we've talked about last week to this week is really about like how to be able to set your goals that you're motivated enough to continuously achieve them, to continuously, you know, feel like you've succeeded in your endeavor. And I think that's important, right? Because if you, for example, you know yourself and you set large goals but you're unable to get them, then you go into that downward spiral like we've said before, where you not hit your goal and you get discouraged.
I
right?
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really about kind of like, okay, understanding yourself, going through that journey too. It's not like, oh, like, you know, there's a book about you and you read it, right? You have to go through different kind of processes and trials and errors to see what works for you and what works the best for you in your circumstance to continuously, I guess, achieve your goal and be motivated to create more goals that way.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's also very important to, like what you said about kind of creating a self-diagnosis about what works and what doesn't. And that's exactly what I did. Like I didn't have this one strategy to, you know, moving forward. Like I didn't always talk to myself. I didn't always have
John as a little kid, like, yeah, you did it.
I didn't always have this inner dialogue, but I kind of just have this ragtag resources based off of, like, you know, social experiences and your friends and what they tell you and, you know, what you see from them, to like, you know, self-help books and stuff, YouTube videos and podcasts. Like you kind of just pull stuff together into a collage of like a strategy that kind of works for you. And I think it's very important to adapt and create a style that works for you. You know, pushing yourself might not be a thing, or being competitive, maybe you just don't give a hoot, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to completely just follow, oh, this worked for that person, so it must work for me. Also, sorry, yeah, that being said, I think a very good motivation as well is that you're bound to fail at many things, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna suck, and it's okay to be sad about it, right? And it's okay to fail. And I know it sounds really cliche to be like, you know, it's not a matter of how many times you fall, it's a matter of how many times you get up, right? And not to be so
and I feel like how you get up matters. Like I know a lot of people that like fail in their endeavor, and then their mentality is, yeah, as long as they get back up, it's fine. But they get back up and do the same thing. And I'm like, wait, like just like hold on like half a second.
Right, and you know, yeah, exactly, true, fair enough, exactly, yeah. Right? Maybe because you failed the first time around, maybe, you know, go back to the drawing board and, like, you know, change
reevaluate.
Exactly, yeah, reevaluate.
Yeah.
And you know, that's very important too. Failures abound and life is generally pain, and you know, it's a matter of things that we find, things that motivate us and try to get us there.
Yeah, and for anyone out there, like, staying motivated is hard. Like, I hope we don't give off any sense that it's easy. Staying motivated hard. Finding motivation is hard. So like, don't be discouraged if you do feel like you're losing motivation. Just, you know what? Like, it's totally fine to take a pause.
Not be motivated for a while.
Exactly. Like, take a pause, take a break. It's totally fine. It's totally reasonable. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then after that, like, once you're ready, just reset and try something different and try to get a different kind of motivation.
Right.
Yeah.
Different
like,
approach.
I think we're, like, again, very privileged to be able to say this, right? Not a lot of people are able to be like, oh, I'm discouraged, I'm gonna take a break.
True.
I think, you know, based on our conversations today, it's like, again, really knowing about who you are and your circumstance and the situation that you're in, and then being able to kind of say, like, pull back and say, hey, like, I just need a break from this, being whilst being, like, responsible for whatever you needed to take care of, right?
True.
Yeah,
I agree.
so,
we're very privileged when it comes to that stuff.
Absolutely.
That being said, we are that's about this episode.
If you have any if you have any ways of motivating yourself to do whatever you need to do, right? Like, it's either through friendly or unfriendly competition, if it's through talking to yourself in a mirror, or, you know, like, I know a colleague of mine, she literally creates like her, when we're still in the office, her entire cubicle is just like filled with post-it notes.
Wow.
And every time she does something, she just rips one off, and it's like the best feeling in the world for her.
And I'm the psychopath, anyway.
Right. Yeah. And so, like, you know, when I walk by her cubicle, I'm like, wow, you like have significantly less sticky notes on your wall. She's like, yeah, I do.
Thanks for
If you
noticing.
have, right, if you have these sort of motivator techniques, please let us know through commenting, liking, and subscribing at
Addie,
Yeah.
our
take it away.
Yeah. Please follow us on Instagram or TikTok at BEERTALKSTO. That's Beer Talks TO. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok. Send us a DM. Tell us your story. Send us a comment. If you disagree with how we do things, if you want to tell us that we're psychopaths, feel free to do so. I'll read
No
all the
problem.
DMs.
We'll hear you
can't
out.
believe we have not pre-recorded this. This is like the 15th or 16th time we've done this.
No, I'm on a streak. What is this? My third time without tripping up? I'm on a streak.
Right. Final notes about Moosehead Lager. Very light, very very comfortable. I want to
It's
say
very. I'm significantly more burpy with this one. I don't know if it's just because
maybe more
I don't know
Same,
if
me
CO2 in
it's-
it.
too.
Maybe more
Yeah.
CO2 in it. Yeah, maybe more
Yeah.
carbonation.
I was gonna say, is that a sign of hoppiness? Because I was burping so much.
Yeah, I think the hop makes you burp.
Mm,
Very light flavor, a lighter Canadian, as I would say.
yeah.
Very,
I drink this by a lake.
Oh yeah,
very nice. It's a
Yeah.
mood. It's a mood.
it
Saying
is a
mood
mood.
doesn't mean anything. That's just what people say. Anyway, before we jump into another rabbit hole, we should call it there. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Addie and Stan, for being here again.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
We'll catch you guys again next time. See you, everybody.
See you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.